Today I want to present our progress with our second milestone, and first thing that I want to say is that previously we used bash scripts to test all our flow, but currently we rewrite all our tests with pig.js and using Pocket IC for testing our canisters. And yeah, let's run our tests. I already started my dfix, so let's move to test and run our tests. So I turn it on all canister logs, so currently we see a lot of actions. And we see that we passed all our tests. And for example, let's check our credential flow from first milestone, how it worked in tests. So let's find life cycle. Yeah, so our credential life cycle. So firstly, we adding our store with controller identity to our loyalty program. Next, our store identity need to publish credential scheme with reward, scheme name, and all metadata. Next, controller with abstract logic change tokens to store. And next, our store creating canister signature for this credential. So it's scheme ID, store principal, user principal, timestamp that also using to validate credential, reward, and key pair that use it for signing this credential. Next, store issuing this credential and canister validating signature. If it's okay, we need to see expect our OK property with issue result. And next, we're checking that user have his credential, that he received reward, and this he received concrete credential. And let's move to our logic with second milestone. So let's check our tag system. So tag, it's like global credential in loyalty program. So for example, controller can add tag coffee liker with conditions that user need to have some count of receipts in concrete stores, or he need to have some credentials in this segment. And this tag can be reusable for other coffee stores for increasing cashback. So it's really hard to stores checking all credentials that user have. So tags, it's like loyalty program global credentials that can be used in some store schemes, conditions, and other. So for example, here we creating simple tag with easy condition that user need to have one receipt. Also in condition we can add some concrete store names, or we can add some time window. So for example, user need to have 10 receipts in some period. Yeah. And next, let's check some complex condition. For example, here we have some complex tag, so it can be really hard with we can add in this condition more logic operators, but here's logic that we can use logical operators in these conditions for all operations. So for example, here user can receive this tag if he have 2 receipts or he have some concrete credential. And we here checking these 2 cases. First, that user with just 2 receipts can receive this credential, or next, second identity can receive it if he has some concrete credential. Signing with canister signature, and also we checking and validating this signature in this case. So tag, it's global credential in our loyalty program that can be used with stores for easy increasing cashback or for interacting with user. And canister is signing, and we getting this signed tag. So we verifying it here. We verifying canister signature, see that our credential signature is valid. And let's move to our store schemes, how we can increase our cashback. Let's move to our store schemes. And store schemes, it's condition in store for increasing user cashback. So for example, store can add some scheme, so user with some count of receipts or with some tags or credential getting more cashback. So for example, let's check how it's creating. It's one main logic with conditions that we can add some complex logic, and it's great base for some condition constructor with great visual and functionality. So you store creating store scheme. We can see this, that it just adding, checking how it adding, that's all okay. And let's see our test with evaluating cashback. So here it is, should calculate enhanced cashback based on user scheme. So store adding some condition for increased cashback. So for example, he published this scheme with 200% cashback. Yeah, and user mint tokens to store adding some receipt for user pass this condition. Next we checking some sum for condition. Next we getting store tokens balance for test, and we adding store received for user to pass this condition. Next we see that user have this, so we evaluate store schemes, user get increased cashback, and now we need to send to user increased cashback, and we're checking this sum. Also we have some test if user pass two conditions. Yeah, so we user store published two schemes and user pass all of them, and we need to get biggest cashbacks. Yeah, so we choosing automatically biggest cashback for scheme and sending it to user. Also we're checking it here. So it's main flow with our tags and store schemes. Complex example with Peak.js, with working with ICRC formats. So a lot of not documented information in this case, and I think it will be a great example for Motoko developers and also just developers that use Peak.js, and we provided our public on our GitHub. So thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, please send it to us.